Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this video I'm going to showcase a variant of Mech Control Paladin. Mechs are perhaps the most promising approach to Paladin after the standard rotation, and mechs have been kind of viable already, but they have just been a little bit outdone by all these odd Paladins, even Paladins. Well, Paladin just keeps succeeding with so many different archetypes. But even so, Mech Paladin is currently a fairly viable deck. I'm actually just beginning my journey into Mech Paladin in Rastakhan's Rumble, and this build is the final build that I played back in the Boomsday project. This is a 4.5 months old deck with no changes whatsoever since then. And I took this to the ladder, I played a bunch of games with this, I ended up with 60% win rate. And that's a fairly promising result for a 4.5 month old deck that was already an off-meta deck back when it was played. Of course, this deck is not yet rotation proof. There's Stonehill Defenders here, there's Skulking Guys, there's Spikered Steed, there's Sunkeeper Tarim, there's Suitor of the Ebon Blade. However, there are also lots of cards that are not present in this deck, because this deck doesn't have any Rastakhan's Rumble cards yet. So there's no Shirvallah in this deck, for example. This deck also does not yet use any Shrink Rays. This was originally built when Equality cost just 2 mana. Now Shrink Ray looks a little bit more appealing. So I'm sure there are lots of things that can be done about this deck. There are a couple of paths that can be done to improve this deck. One path would maybe to take this more to that cube direction. There have been quite a lot of these mech cube type of paladins around. And another approach would be to make more use of Shrink Rays, maybe more use of Shirvallah, which would also be the type of deck that this might be after the rotation. Overall, my experience of playing this deck right now has been that Stonehill Defenders are doing a lot of work because they often give you some Paladin legendaries. Sunkeeper Tarim has been putting in a ton of work. Sunkeeper Tarim is just such an incredibly powerful card. On the other hand, after the rotation, putting in those Shrink Rays might be able to compensate for that loss to some extent. And of course, Kangor's Endless Army is incredibly strong. And Kangor's Endless Army and the mech package is the part of this deck that is going to stay relevant after the rotation. So I'm probably going to tinker with the archetype a little bit more already before the rotation, and definitely building some Mech Paladin goodness once we get to Rise of Shadows. When it comes to matchups in the current meta, then this was doing fairly well against all these aggressive and mid-range decks, Midrange Hunters, Rush Warriors, stuff like that. And I lost to stuff like Deathrattle Hunters, OTK decks. Well, that is the stuff that Paladin just loses to. So matchups wise, it's not that much better than OTK Paladin. But the big difference is that the core of this is something that's going to stay past the rotation, whereas OTK Paladin does not. If you enjoy this content, then please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more. And now, let's go take a look at this 4.5 month old Mech Paladin in action. I think I can afford to keep Kangor's or the Steed. Let's see. Okay, not a bad hand. Hunter kept 2 cards. Do I need to play Doomsayer out on 2? Well, not against the Candleshot, of course. I will probably play the Crystology though, to draw a little bit more here. Even though this doesn't develop anything on the board, but like hero powering against Candleshot doesn't really do much. Seven cards in hand. He can coin Flanking Strike. What do I do if he coins Flanking Strike? Play a Doomsayer. And there would also be Flanking Strike could kill that one too. I guess it's still the Acolyte, because if I get him to spend the coin, might be okay. Or he can roll Huffer. It obviously works out too. So Stonehill. Do I pick up the Footman here? Yeah, I think I just want a little bit more defensive line. When I'm facing this Huffer that's at 1 health, he could have Dire Frenzy for the Huffer, which would be very, very awkward for me. It sometimes happens. It's not the end of the world. It's time for me to play the Mechano-Egg out there. I have the Kangors. He doesn't have silence in that deck. I'm going to Anoia module this Mechano-Egg. Probably. But of course he has a bunch of 7/5 Huffers in the deck, which are pretty good for 3-mana beasts. So we'll see if I can handle this or not. Let's see. Going Tundra Rhino. Alright. Now this looks like a Tarim turn though. So I guess we're just Tarim, so that I can kill the Thunder Rhino. And I can get an 8/8 out here. Because 8/8s are fun. Notice the Mechano Egg is in the Resurrect pool. I need some taunts in that Resurrect pool too, in order to survive. And he still has those 7/5 Huffers. Too bad I haven't found Celiac, so I cannot heal, but I might still be able to do things here. I still believe. Hunter Smog is not that common of an inclusion. Okay, he spends a lot of power just to get through this. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Gets a Timberwolf though. Timberwolf can be sweet. So if I do the Stegatron. What if I do Anoia module? No, I can do Anoia module later. Stegatron is fine. We do the Stegatron here. I know it's a 5/6 at the moment. I'm at 20, so it's a little bit scary. But I've seen one kill command already. Of course, those three charging Huffers are scary stuff. I'm trying to get to a clean Kangor's turn. We'll see how successful that will be. This time I think I might have the tools. Oh, this list. Yeah, this is mine. This is an old list of mine. This is from Boomsday. I just wanted to try it out. In this meta. Obviously Thunder Rhino is a little bit scary. But what if I just Kangors? I get the egg. I get the Stegatron. I get the 8/8. Is a single Thunder Rhino strong enough against that? He will have 3 cards. I'll have a 12 health taunt. He has played a Hunter's Mark. I've also seen a Hyena. I mean, I have alternatives, but I think this is pretty strong. I think I believe. I believe that with 3 cards he's not going to have that 12 plus 18 damage. Even with a Thunder Rhino up. Yeah, that Rexa essentially does nothing. Makes it spend all his mana. But I'm happy about that. Okay, I think this is going to go well. Looks good right now. Use Anoia module? No, I will use Uther of the Ebon Blade.
The light's justice has failed.
Uther can take down the Thunder Rhino, and my other minions can start pushing face damage. Alright, that's 13 damage coming in, and there's more where that came from. He might find silences now, of course, and poisonous rush minions and all sorts of stuff like that. I have the Equality Consecration. That's one way for me to clean up a board. It's not quite lethal, even with that. One off next turn if he doesn't have anything, but now he has 2 beasts built, and then there are of course those Huffers, and there's a chance for him to get silence. So what is it going to be? 3/7 taunt. The other beasts have more attack. Okay. I mean, I could simply consecrate. without using silence, without using anything else. Consecration. There's still no lethal, right? 18, I would need another 3. There's no way for me to get another 3. Steed, silence, that's 2. Then there's the consecration hit here. Have another 6 mana available. I could use that on an Annoy module. I could use this on the Steed. I think I'm doing the consecration here. Consecration and hit. And then I'll just Annoy a module over there. And all of this stuff is going face. I think this is acceptable. Just so much that he needs to deal with. And I still have 5 attack from this weapon. He's at 4 health now. And I have access to silence. So I think this one is going to end up nicely. But yeah, this is my old Boomsday list. I was just taking it out for a spin. It's a very, very old list. What good is Echo Rush if it doesn't heal you? Even if you kill the egg, then... If you kill the egg, there's an 8/8 coming. I think it's going to be too slow. I need to find board clears. So hunt the mulligan all the cards. I found some Stonehill Defenders. I don't know what kind of hunter this is. This is just a hero power turn. I don't want to use my coin yet. Oh, it's a Deathrattle Hunter. That's annoying because that's a really, really bad matchup for me. If he can proc this egg next turn, do I just lose? But if I silence the egg, he flanking strikes, he can still cube the egg later. No good options here. Like Doomsayer next turn. He can answer with a cube. What about Doomsayer this turn? I guess Doomsayer this turn is the best I can do. Because now he cannot proc the egg this turn. Well, he can, but it's useless. But he can still cube the 5/5 later, so... But I will save the silence. Which gives me a little bit more of a chance. But I do like Sanki Patarim. So like, if he were to cube this 5/5 now, then I could just silence the cube. See? When he does it like this, then I can just silence the cube. Is it time to coin something out? No. We need to be very chill and relaxed here. Well, Consecration would obviously kill the Spider Bomb. We're closing in on turn 8 though, and that's his power turn, so I'm scared of that. If I just take away the Playdeds, and she'll just suicide this in and push 7, put me down to 15. And then what do I do? I think I still need to try the Skulking Geist here. He didn't have any Playdeds in hand. Okay. No Playdeds or trackings were in hand, so... He just wants to hit face. I can appreciate that, I guess. There's the Kangors, but do I have time? I'm a little bit low on time. Especially with turn 8 coming. His real power turn. It's almost here. So I could trade there. Celiax could kill the Spider Bomb. Spider Bomb will kill a random minion. I would have another 2 mana left over after Celiax, or I could have 3 if I coin. So then I could try to lower the probability that Celiax dies. If I heal to 16... I think I need to try this. Anyways, I hope that the Skulking Guys dies, of course, but unfortunately it was the Celiax that died. So I'm at 15, he has 6 here. Katrina is not going to give him enough to kill me immediately, but if he has Katrina, of course he's in a great spot. Like this, obviously he's in a great spot. You're always in a great spot when you can do this. But he kind of wants to trade away the Kangor, right? I think he will trade away the Kangor. Deny some big plays. That one always going to face, of course, yes. So we need Tarim, right? Stonehill coin Tarim. Get another 3/3 taunt on the way. I might still die, but at least I can kill the charged Devilsaur, so Katrina might not pull another charger. Don't quite have enough mechs in the pool, unfortunately. Can I pick up more Tarims from this? I cannot. Tyrion may or may not help. Need to kill the charged Devilsaur, so that he can't cube that. He doesn't have Bladed, so he has one Deathrattle activator, well 2, Cube and Stalker. And if this pulls a Witchwood Grizzly, then Witchwood Grizzly cannot attack. So that buys me time. And time is something I desperately need here. Yeah. Is this enough time? Down to 7 already. I have Celiax in the Kangors, but that Celiax is not enough. If I have a 6... If all of these hit face, I die. I can't do Stegatron and Consecration yet. So if he has like another Devilsaur, or if he has a King Crush. So Stegatron is very risky. Stegatron Doomsayer. But if I survive that, then Kangors next turn can win this game. But could I really survive that? All he needs to do is deal 6 damage to Stegatron and I'm dead. This is still the higher percentage compared to using Tyrion. Tyrion makes me survive a turn, but probably kills me over 2 turns. So if there's a King Crush, then obviously I die. But King Crush is the only out. Because I already saw Wind Blast. We'll see. Alright. Hunter kept 1 card. What kind of hunter is this? Okay, this one is a Midrange Hunter. I'll just Doomsayer immediately to take away any tempo. Then he has to choose, okay, do I like play the Crackling Razorman and go for 30% chance to kill the Doomsayer? And it's very unlikely that he would choose to go for that. Well, I guess I can try Tarim. Although Tyrion might be better against this archetype, because they can sometimes go wide. Maybe Tarim is still better. Because survival until Tyrion is not so easy. And Tarim could activate like Mechano Egg. It might work out. Next turn is my weakest turn probably. Then of course 5 is also very weak tempo-wise. So we'll see what happens here. Well, Coin Flanking Strike is not that powerful. That seems fine. Do I want to just play the Anoia module out there? Do I want to Anoia module my Mechano Egg later? How much tempo can I afford to sacrifice here? If I don't play the Anoia module now, I'm taking quite a lot of damage, right? I think I need to play the Anoia module here. If I don't play the Anoia module, he's just going to push so much damage over the next 2 turns that will just be too much for me. Anoia module is here to try to hold the line a little bit. Then I won't take so much damage yet. Then I can afford to play the Mechano Egg. And then from there we can see what we can do with Tarim and stuff. Potentially. He has a lot of beasts in hand. That's for sure. Then turn 5, here comes the egg. I also have the option to steal the egg. I don't have to play Tarim if he goes wide or something. And well, with those beasts in hand, I guess something's going to happen. He might also be able to kill the egg and kill the 8/8. It's possible. Like Hunter's Mark or something. Or the 30% roll for poisonous. If he can pick up the 30% poisonous, that's incredible. But if he cannot... Wind Fury can be scary, with some buffs later. Now I'm not sure what the story here is. Because to be honest, this just seems really, really weak. I have no idea what's going on here. Is he going to buff up this one next turn? Maybe. I need to kill the Scavenging Hyena, right? I think I do. So I could simply steed this one. It kills the Hyena, it's still a 10-12 afterwards. They probably will kill it after that. I can play the Stegotron, but he likely has some Timberwolves and stuff out there. I need to kill the Scavenging Hyena. And I think I need to steed this. I think I need to do this rather than play the Stegotron. Although Stegotron was an option. Because I can always Tarim. If he also like Scavenging Hyena, that he just feeds a lot of stuff into. I can always Tarim that down or silence it. But if there's a ton of damage that comes to my face, I can't do anything about that. He could like Dire Frenzy the Spring Paw. But he will not have silence in that deck. So there's the Hyena. But Hyena can always be silenced. So that was the grand plan. And it works perfectly. I also have the option to go Tarim, but Tarim is better later. I have the option to go Equality. No, that will be better later too. Just silence the Hyena. Kill it off. Now I see both Spring Paws. There's a Lynx in hand. I haven't seen any Timberwolves. Flanking Strike. That's cool. I don't mind a flanking. Oh, that Master's Call. So now he probably at least has some Timberwolves available. But he has no more Scavenging Hyenas. So what if I just go with Tarim? I could also double trade, go with Stegotron and Hero Power. Or I can Hero Power Tarim. There's still the high mains, there's the Tundra Rhinos.
Options.
Hero Power Tarim seems fine, because I can go Uther next, and I can kill a Tundra Rhino. I think this is fine. This gives me the most board. Obviously there's Timberwolves. There can be double Timberwolf Unleash. There's still one Lynx left. But there's no Hyenas that could grow. So that's an upside. And then there's some Timberwolves to buff up the attack on these. I mean, I know that's coming. But there's no Hyenas that can grow. How high is the chance to get Tarim out of Stonehill? It's 18%. You get it 1 out of 6 tries. This wasn't even that powerful. Would I just go with True Silver Champion instead of going with Uther? That will allow me to develop the Mechano Egg. I think I like that. Alright, and now there's no more Timberwolves. No more Spring Paws, no more Hyenas. There are still the Tundra Rhinos. And there are the high mains, and then there's the Rexa. Well, he has only 5 cards left in his deck, so he's pretty close to Rexa at this point. Deathrattle and Rhino, which works out too. That's a nice Celiax though. I think I have to use it. Now he has 3 more Thunder Rhinos coming. That is scary.
Unity, precision, perfection. To battle.
Need to sacrifice everything just to kill this one.
Reporting for duty.
At least it doesn't have a Deathrattle, so it's always killable with Pyro Equality, for example. This fellow right here, it's stealing life. It's also summoning an 8/8 when it dies. The only way for him to silence it is to get to Rexa form. Which he could do, of course. And this is an Uther turn now. Crystology draws Acolyte Stonehill.
The light's justice has failed.
Just Uthering this up. Killing that high main. Do I kill the 1/3? This one goes down to 6 health. The Thunder Rhinos have 5 attack. It's better to kill this one. Go face with that one. Okay. There's also Kangor that I can draw with Crystal. There's actually 3 minions left. Tough game, tough game. He has 3 of those Super Thunder Rhinos in the deck. He runs a double Dire Frenzy build. That's a big surprise. Did not expect that at all. Really didn't expect that. So this is just Kangor's turn, right? Then we'll see what comes up. I played the Eggs and Celiax and an Oya module. But I need tempo. Mechano Egg. With Rush. Yes, thank you. Let's do that. Let's do this. And let's start to hit him in the face. Alright, I think this one is going to be okay. He has just 1 card there. Even if it's a Huffer or a Thunder Rhino, then what is it really going to do? Kangor's is just really good. I wish there was a way to get it more reliably. There are a few card choices here. Stuff like, is Acolyte good enough? I know a module sometimes worries me. Then there's like Skulking Guys. Is that strong enough in the current meta? What about Harrison? Is Equality still good enough, or should the Equality be a Shrink Ray? Now after the Equality nerf. There are a few questions about this. This is my old build from Boomsday project. But overall it doesn't do too poorly. Not with Uther, not with this deck. But I might want to hold on to Harrison to take away a Super Collider. Any hope about new pack? No, not really. Alright. Oh, it's going to be a Rush Warrior. Well, then Uther might have been more decent. I mean, I assume this is going to be a Rush Warrior anyway. Let's see what can we do here. I think this will be a Rush Warrior. I'll need to find some tool. Keles, I don't hate it when that happens. And I would really need to find some tools that I could use to kill some stuff. Because this does not look promising at all so far. Yeah. I knew you would play your top deck rush minions. I like Drusil champion though. That allows me to contest this board a little bit. Okay. We just got a tiny bit of life into this. Can we breathe more life into this, or is this all we've got?
I'm fast and furious.
So do I need to kill the Rabbit Worgen? What if he plays... Next turn he plays like... Darius? Then Darius kills the Doomsayer. Then I'm in so much trouble. So do I just need to play that Ciliax? So that I can play Ciliax, I can play Stegotron, I can resurrect Ciliax and Stegotron. Is that the more likely path to succeed? If I play Ciliax, do I kill the Eternium Rover? I think I'm playing the Ciliax. I also think I'm not killing the Eternium Rover. I'm killing the Keleset. He might have Darius to kill that Ciliax, of course. I'd be a little bit sad about that. I've seen 2 rush minions so far. He had the Darius. I'm a little bit sad about this. But this Pyromancer Consecration perfectly kills both of these, and I do like that. Okay, we got rid of Darius. That's a good first step. He still has the coin, so he can get to his powerful turns a little bit later here. I've seen 2 Worgens, I've seen Darius. That's 3 of his rush minions. Another one coming. Alright, Militia Commander. That's acceptable. Next turn he can coin out something. Oh dear. Doomsayer doesn't really help. What can he coin? He can coin Scourgelord Garrosh, he can coin Lich King. Lich King coin would be really scary. And I think I still have to play the Stegotron this turn. Probably into Stegotron Doomsayer next turn. But this can get really tough. I've seen most of the rush minions. They can of course be like a Fungalmancer here. Oh, there's another Militia Commander. And there's a Frothing Berserker. Oh, that's really scary. Alright. Now this is getting really, really scary. I need to play another Stegotron. This has to be Stegotron Doomsayer. Then we'll see what happens with the Frothing. He needs another 3 damage to push through the Stegotron in order to kill the Doomsayer. Or Silence. He runs Silence in that deck almost certainly. There's stuff like, well, Lich King cannot be played now. But silencing this isn't that strong because it can still hit the Frothing. And Frothing still needs to kill the Doomsayer. Okay, this is now looking really good. Because now I can kill the Frothing Berserker. And then I can play Kangor's Endless Army. And Ciliax can kill his 3/3. And I can also hero power. Now I got a pair of 5/12s out there. He still has some tools left, but there's no executes in that deck, so... Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.